So I talked about these candidate tips earlier. I'm not going to talk about all these. I'll send this to you. We will make these slides available for you to get. But this is specifically focused on that candidate and some of the things that you want to be able to share with the candidate so that the candidate is actually totally prepared, or at least knows what to expect for your virtual interview. The success of your video interview is going to come from how prepared was the candidate and how prepared is your interviewer. And if you get both prepared, all the things that need to happen in the middle will happen, and they will happen with a better outcome than you could have imagined. So Jeff, I want to just stop there and see what questions people have.
Well, back to Candy's question about an online job fair to fill openings in their retail division.
Yeah, so for that online job fair, I would say go back. If you're doing an online job fair, one of these virtual interview platforms would allow you to do the online job fair, and it would allow you to invite candidates to that job fair, where you can host that as a company's job fair, and you can brand it, and you can make sure you put information out. You can have your hiring manager standing by to have conversations with those candidates via video or chat or whatever media, whatever channel you want to use. So these are a few that I would take a look at to do that online job fair. One of the other things you can do is, if you're not trying to brand it out as a job fair and you're primarily trying to connect with people that you're going to source and invite, you could use some of these products. So for instance, Zoom allows you to create video rooms. You could literally invite candidates to the main Zoom room, do a big presentation on what that looks like, and then you could move people to different video rooms within Zoom, and you could have the hiring managers in those rooms having conversations, or you could set those individual Zoom rooms up as an interview channel. So you bring everybody into the main Zoom conference, you have the kind of the overview of what to expect, and then you have hiring managers in the other rooms that can take interviews, and you could just schedule them that way. I mean, you have to get creative on the scheduling or be diligent about the scheduling, but that's another way that you could simulate that online job fair. But these virtual career fairs is a place to start, at least to explore and figure out, is that right for you, or are you trying to do something that's more of an interview day?
Cody, Zoom does also connect to Calendly, so that would help in the scheduling side of it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so I have another question. What feedback do candidates have about doing video interviews?
Yeah, so over the last 10 years, the feedback has changed a little bit. When I first got involved doing video interviews, candidates didn't like the one-way video interview because they couldn't see any response from the interviewer, and so they didn't really like it as much. But once you prepared a candidate for that video interview and told them what to expect, they got much better at it. The other thing about that recorded interview is, if you are interviewing somebody for a particular job and they're not a match for that job, but you think they might be a match for another job, you don't have to reschedule an interview. You just share that interview with the hiring team for the other job. So there's a lot of power in being able to share that interview with other hiring teams. And so current feedback with candidates, because now the people that are joining the workforce are on video all the time with all these other tools. And so they're much more open to being on video and sharing their video and putting their content out there. So the opinions have changed. Most people still prefer the live face-to-face interview because they feel that gives them a better shot. The two-way recorded interview, though, is really powerful. And I've had a candidate say, I love the fact that my interview can be shared with another team that might be hiring if I'm not a match for this role. So I've seen the feedback improve over the past 10 years.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Any other questions?
I don't have any other questions.
Super. Well, I want to thank you for joining. I really appreciate you being here. If anyone is trying to make make a business case for a video interview platform and justification, I've got a template that I'm happy to share with you on how to think about it and how to approach it with your leadership. So appreciate you joining us. Hope you all have a great day. Stay safe.